Hi everyone, Pamela Fitzgerald here, now known as Foster Kid 85. Um, I'm gonna get right into it. My first foster family. I had told you in my last video that I couldn't remember names, and then I told you that I could remember her name, and then I realized that that wasn't right either. And turns out that was probably that's a good thing because then my wife told me that I can't actually use the real names because that could be held accountable for defamation of character. So I'm going to be using real alias names to tell this crazy story. Um, I've already started, and I've already introduced you to these people. Kind of, John, my foster father. He picked me up early, and I didn't get to do my foster. I didn't get to do my goodbye group, so that left me with didn't feel like I had like closure. I'd been there for 10 months. These girls, I had lived with them for 10 months. I had the staff had taken care of me for 10 months. I mean, this is where I lived, resided. This is where I healed. This is where I gotten better. It was just um it just made the whole thing like sour from the beginning. Now that I've met her and lived with her, now I'm thinking that was probably Cindy's idea, his wife, my first foster mother. Um, and before I tell you, my social worker did tell me that all I want you to do is finish ninth grade here at this school in this home, and then I will get you out of there. I promise. It wasn't like I was being abused or anything. Abused as in like she wasn't feeding me or she was hitting me or locking me up in a part of the house, which I've had that happen to me. That'll be in a future video. She was just mean and just weird and like there was two other daughters in the house. One I'll call Ashton, and that's her biological daughter. I call her Ashton because she looks like Ashton Kutcher. Honestly, she does. She's just no way getting around it. And and she had her own little room with her own little entrance, and and I guess she whatever. And then there's Madeline, who was the other foster child, and Madeline was your, I guess now I would say, typical life, typical lifetime bad girl. Doing things like going to school, changing the clothes that you know you're not supposed to be wearing, smoking cigarettes in the bathroom, lying about how old her boyfriend is. Um, you know, uh, Meanwhile, I dress appropriately. Um, for once, I'm not interested in finding a boyfriend. I just like want to go to school and, well, I guess because I knew that once I finished this grade year, I was getting out of this home. So that was my, you know, that was my motivation. But but no, it was like, but Madeline was better than me. I don't know if it's because if she was more outgoing than me, more open than me. She was more like her. Um, who knows? I had to go. Um, and So, and then there, and so there was this one time that I decided to act out in school, and I decided I mouthed back off to the teacher. I don't normally do this. I was making good grades. I was doing well in school. It was all I had to focus on. Thank God. Um, and so my foster father had to leave work to come pick me up. And you would have thought she had to leave work and lost hours to come pick me up. Um, so that day I learned how to really deep clean a house. Um, Walls, windows, floors, and then I learned how to dig a garden. Um, I guess to prepare for planting. And I say learned because I wasn't gonna let her punishment get to me because I knew it was because of her. It was why I was acting out. Um, I dug that garden well until John came home from work, and it was until they called me in for dinner, and after that we didn't have very much to say to each other, and it was just a matter of getting getting through it, and so I don't know what conversation my social worker and they had, but I know the one that I had with them, and that was stick with this so you can finally pass ninth grade, and then have your bags packed the night before the last day of school, and I'll be waiting there when the school bus comes, waiting to take you to a new home. And that's what happened. And this one was way worse. So you could say, I weeded out the foster care system. That's for sure. Um, so yeah, thanks for listening. Um, Please know that if you are going through any kind of abuse, please call and try to get help. Call social services, call 911, do anything you can to get help. Call hotlines, talk to teachers, guidance counselors, try to get anyone's attention that you can. Do not give up. Um, you Things may happen that may seem like it's not worth it. Maybe something worse will happen to you, but you gotta fight for your life. You have to. Thanks.